Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hobby Night. I'm Angela, and the rumors you may have heard are true. Chaos Cultist has quit.
Did you tell them that I quit my job yet?
We just did. That's right. We've got some big changes coming to the channel, and the biggest of which is the fact that you are taking your role on the channel full time.
That is correct. I have quit my highfalutin techie corpo job. And for the rest of the video, I'm actually going to speak in my normal voice because the cultist voice will burn out my throat. But yes, I have made the decision for a number of personal reasons to leave my full-time position in game development and come join you full-time on Hobby Night.
I'm so excited! I'm really hyped for this. This is something you and I have been talking about for quite a while, and we just had a really good opportunity. And if you guys saw me sort of vague posting on social media recently, earlier this month, this is what I was talking about. It was all about the fact that Chaos Cultist is coming to work with me full-time on the channel, and I am so pumped because it means that we're going to have additional changes happening, including some new content types of things to do. We've got some bigger projects hopefully planned. So let's talk
live streaming.
Yes. Let's talk about live streaming because that is something that we have been talking about for quite a while on the channel, right? Like we have been wanting to get to live streaming.
You've been promising a live stream since 30,000 subscribers.
Yeah, and speaking of which, we hit 34,000 subscribers
34.1
recently.
last I saw.
Oh my gosh, we're still continuing to grow. That is epic. Thank you guys so very much for that. But don't worry, that live stream is in fact still coming. We're going to have, I think, live streams starting in September is the goal.
Yes, we might try to have something near the end of August.
Yes, the 30,000 subscriber like Q&A live stream might happen a little bit before that, but the main kickoff for live streams is going to really start in September. We're giving ourselves a little bit of time to adjust to, you know, obviously the big change of you not working and actually working for me. Ha, I am the boss now.
Yes, we'll have to be able to work on. I mean, because the truth is I normally want to have a day off per week.
Me too.
And I had, I've been working a 9 to 5, kind of more like an 8 to 6 job remotely for the last 2.5 years. And circumstances are such with how well the channel's doing, how well your Temple of Excess over in Camera, if you know, is doing, sort of just gives us the opportunity, or gives me the opportunity to focus on this full time, actually film during the day. Because, currently what I was saying before was I always want at least one day off a week.
Yep.
Plus working meant we could only film
on certain days
after work. If we actually wanted to have a life, that would also get in the way a little bit. So
It's true. And now we don't have to worry about that so much because, well, we're going to have a lot more free time to just focus on the channel, get that stuff done, and then continue to live our lives and have a grand old time playing more Warhammer and more board games and Legion and all sorts of things. And I just, for one, cannot wait. But back to the live streams, because we haven't fully, I think, wrapped up on that. What are some of the things that maybe we want to live stream? Well, for me personally, I really want to start live streaming a little bit more games. And I also
Video
games, yes, specifically video games. Like I want to be doing more live streams for video games. Like I'd love to come back into Chaos Gate with a live stream because I think that would be really cool to have through that sort of format. Plus I could name you guys after the Grey Knights, which I think would be awesome.
You could also name the Grey Knights after them.
That's what I meant to say.
Yes.
I reversed that. Switch it around.
I was gonna say, you have the ability to name Grey Knights after viewers? Or viewers after, you can change birth certificates?
I can, I have that power.
You are blessed with the powers of change?
I am. Zeech came to me one night and was like, yo, you want this ability? And I was like, yes, that sounds like it can cause some absolute chaos.
So let me understand this. Zeech visited you, and the power you took was the ability to modify birth certificate records.
No, it was the one he randomly just applied to me, and I just had to go with it because it's the god of change, and what am I going to do? Argue with him? He's just going to either take it away from me or I mean, I guess he could have given me something else, but it could have been a lot worse. So I just
no, I think a Wheel of Fate is quite good.
Yeah. So I just went with it. But yeah, I want to name my Grey Knights after the viewers. That's the way that we want to do it. I also want to do some paint streaming, which I think would be really cool. So like miniature painting would be awesome. Model building would be really cool. Gunpla building I think would be awesome, because I just want ways where I can connect with you guys a bit more, have a bit more casual conversations, and streaming I feel like is the best way to do that. It's just that we really haven't had time because of, you know, you having a normal job and everything.
Well, and it sort of opens up the opportunity as well, because yes, we are based in California, and so, but you know, we look at our metrics. A good chunk of you are in Europe. Hello, a lot of you in the UK, a number of you in Germany, even some in France.
I think we've got a lot of Australian viewers as well. So hello to everybody.
That's an entirely different time zone.
Oh yeah, you're right.
My next point will not be relevant to them.
That's true. You're right. Sorry.
I don't know when the right time to stream for Australia, so maybe it will work out.
Yeah, who knows?
The opportunity will present it to us to both stream for the United States as well as Europe, because basically 5 p.m. in London is 9 a.m. for us.
Which is totally a perfectly fine streaming time for me.
Yeah, so we might be able to work that in where it's like, you know, if we're streaming twice a week or something like that, one's a morning stream, one's like an evening stream to work for both markets. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's gonna take us a little bit of time, but we're gonna figure it all out. But that is definitely something that we're looking forward to on the channel. Now, some of the other things that I personally am really looking forward to now that you're gonna have more time to do stuff with me is actually working on some larger projects. Because I've talked a lot about this. I talked about it in the studio tour. I've talked about it in previous channel updates before we even moved.
Looms over us over there.
He is. He's looming over us over on that shelf. And honestly, those are the kinds of projects I want to be able to get into. But the reason we haven't been able to is just a matter of setting it up. It's a lot more effort to get those kinds of things going. And so we're going to actually be able to do that now. So Cthulhu's definitely on my list of things that I want to tackle on the channel.
Airbrushing in general.
Airbrushing in general is definitely
tied to him.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to finally use the airbrush that Tommy has sent me. I'm super hyped for that. I want to build more models on the channel. I want to work on bigger terrain pieces. We have one of those old Games Workshop terrain boards.
Yeah, we have the Realm of Battle 4x6.
And I want to do something with that. And I think we have been talking about some ideas.
Yes.
And we'll share those with you later as we're able to hash them out a little bit more thoroughly.
It's not a terrain board.
It's not a terrain board.
Not a 4x6.
No. I don't think that's going to be what we're going to do. I have some other plans for it that I think are going to be very cool. But those are the kinds of things that I'm really, really interested in taking the channel and moving it forward with. Because we've done a lot of really great painting tutorials. Obviously, we're gonna keep covering the news, and honestly, my hope is that we'll actually be able to cover a lot more going forward as well. Maybe even do a little bit more of a reactive news to some of the more immediate things that happen, because we'll have more flexibility with that.
That goes really back to like what I was saying earlier with just the scheduling. We normally release the news on Monday because Games Workshop in particular drops a lot of news both on Saturday and on Sundays, also on Mondays.
Yeah, they really just drop news most days on.
Yeah, but the weekends
on the good weeks.
But you know, there are definitely times where we would love to talk about things sooner, both, you know, just because...
The D&D trailer would have been a great thing. Like, if I could have done, like, a more reactive thing because we were...
Comic-Con
the Comic-Con, like, something like that. Like, when Gen Con happens...
coming up in next week.
Yes, I think so. It's next week.
So, like, we will not have live reactions to that because we're actually going to be at an anime convention.
We will be, and I'm looking forward to that too.
But, you know, like in 2023, ideally we will be actually attending Gen Con again, like we last went in 2019.
Yes, it's been quite a number of years at this point. Yes. And I, for one, cannot wait to go back. I wish we could have gone back this year. The main reason we didn't was because of the move. But next year, I'm really hoping that we can. And that is also something that I'm hoping will come to the channel going forward a bit more, is just a bit more traveling to conventions if we can. I don't know when that'll happen down the line. It'll probably be a more long-term thing, but it is on my like long list of goals now that we have full freedom
And speaking of travel, something else that I know we have talked about doing, and honestly, we were just getting ready to start in 2020 when things kind of went to heck.
Yes.
Is doing a little bit more with pro wrestling. For those of you who are not big pro wrestling fans, we're not going to talk about this for too long. But because we're on the West Coast, there aren't a lot of shows that necessarily come to our area because we're in Northern California.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get a lot of shows right now.
No, but as time goes on, we expect more shows are going to show up in Las Vegas and Los Angeles, San Diego, maybe Seattle, and
which
even if
I
they
want to go to.
Yeah, and if they AEW or WWE come back to the Bay Area in the next year or so, we'd love to go to that stuff.
Yes.
We've also talked about potentially doing live reactions to major pay-per-views.
We have talked about doing that. That's something that we've also considered adding in with the actually being able to live stream a bit more. So if you're interested in that, definitely let us know down in the comments, because I think it would be a lot of fun. I know that I am gonna watch the shows anyways, so why not share it with you guys? So yeah, let us know definitely down below.
Yeah, and if we end up doing it, it's something where we'll consider YouTube's a weird beast because the channel is hobby focused.
Yes.
But what the algorithm thinks is hobby is its own thing. So, it may be something where we end up taking the pro wrestling to a different channel.
And we'll definitely make announcements about that if that's what we end up doing.
And this is not something we're doing immediately at all. It's just something that business-wise on YouTube, you don't want to put too much diverse stuff on one channel because YouTube then reads it as chaotic.
Yes, and we don't want that.
Not in the good way.
Yeah, not in the good way, sadly.
Yeah, so that's just something we would consider. Also, just speaking to streamings, I don't think we actually mentioned this.
Yes.
The streaming would be on YouTube still.
Yes, we would not be taking it to Twitch. We would want to keep it on YouTube. That way we could just have it all in one place. Our audience, you guys are already here on YouTube. We figured, why make you go to another platform? You may not have Twitch, you may not want to. We certainly just want to keep it as easy as possible. So expect that to be happening here on YouTube. It's that time of the video where I interrupt to tell you about my Patreon and to let you know that we just added a Discord server, which all tiers get access to. So if you're wanting a way to chat with me, share with me your projects, or just tell me what board games you're playing, definitely make sure to check the link below and check out my Patreon. With that, let's go ahead and wrap up this channel update. Before I head out...
Hold on 1 second, Angela.
He's using the Chaos Cultist voice. Yes?
You have not chosen your next miniature to paint yet, have you?
I have not. Did you have something in mind, Chaos Cultist?
I have something in mind that only the fans, wink, would appreciate.
Oh, only the fans, you say?
Yes.
And what might that be?
And to fit only the fans, wink, wink, winks, opinion or taste, I should say, you will begin painting a Slaneshian Keeper of Secrets.
Oh my.
So look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen.
I certainly am. Now, I want to go ahead and give a huge thank you to my patrons for making it so that content like this can continue to happen. Without your guys' support, we wouldn't be able to make content like this, so thank you very, very much. I've been Angela. I was joined today by the Chaos Cultist, and I hope you have an amazing hobby night.